Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders seeing what's current. Well, Drizzy, out pops the Willy Bobo. Allegedly, supposedly, there's been a viral video going around that was on Twitter /X/the social media site formerly known as Twitter X, saying that Drake is seen in a sexual position, solo, stroking his tool for the world to see, but he didn't realize that it was going to get leaked. Allegedly. This is all alleged. It's not been bona fide, certified, or qualified. It's all alleged. So I wanted to talk about, Trump, being denied, immunity. I wanted to talk about the school shooting, the mother being found guilty on all 4 counts of manslaughter and other charges. We have to talk about the bullshit. We got to do. This looks like a Marlin. I have Trout and Marlin stories. This looks like a Marlin story. If you ever remember the story, the movie, The Social Network, they had a conversation about like the metaphor around you want to go for the Marlin, not the Trout. A guy doesn't have a in his den a picture of him holding 100 trout. He has one big marlin, to show off, to display. So that's what I think this story could be. I'm not sure. I like doing this. This is an experiment to me. This is fun. This is all good time. It's work. I had to do research. I had to look at the stories, but for the most part it's my passion. So talking about Drake and his missile, quote unquote, people are saying he has a missile. They're saying that he's packing. I didn't see the video, and I don't plan on seeing the video because I don't really want to know about all that. I don't need to know about that. I stopped watching porn. I only do erotica. That's it. I'm done with it. So I'm not, looking forward to seeing the video anytime soon or ever. But the reports are saying, that ADAM22 is back on the story. He said, there was a prior to this being leaked that there was already a video floating around that that ADAM22 was saying, and this is a big story. This is from the article. Quote, on Tuesday, February 6th, today, and a video of the Canadian rap star masturbating in bed while naked from the waist down surfaced online and quickly went viral. Continued. Needless to say, the NSFW, not safe for work, footage sparked a flood of shock reactions on social media, with one person writing on X, formerly Twitter, quote, "Why do I see Drake private parts on my timeline?" Question mark, end quote. Someone else warned the followers, do not check why Drake is trending. Other people posted, everyone after watching Drake leak video, accompanied by a video collage of people in shock. So this comes after the No Jumper founder ADAM22 claimed to have seen a picture of the rapper's genitals previously. This is weeks or months before. He said this, and I quote, ADAM22. He said, "You know what's crazy? The other day I was around this girl and she just showed me Drake's D on her phone. Someone just randomly came up and she's just showing me. I'm not believing it. And she could tell I'm not believing it. I'm like, yeah, all right." Apparently, it seems like it's the case. It seems like it seems like it's true. Seems like it's an actual fact. But who will know? I won't know. I will never check for this. But I know you, my audience, you may be in the LGBTQ community. You may be a female. You may be, I'm talking to all to adults. I'm all to adults. 18 and over. Um, so I'm telling everybody that's a grown up, that can actually view this video or should view this video if you so choose. Um, that definitely, take time to do it. Do it for me because I'm not going to do it. Like I said, this seems like a big story. Drizzy apparently responded to it. I have 0 people watch. Okay, one person watching, one like. All right, let's get that up to 100,000 people watching and 100,000 likes. All right, so Drizzy, he's hot. He's popping. He's still popping. It's been over a decade now, and he's still popping. He's still doing his thing. He's still, touring and making music and selling out shows. He's a phenom. He's a phenomenal person. BS is in the building. That's all I'm gonna say. BS in the building. And if you're gonna say for shizzle my nizzle, say for sure my nigger. Just say it. Have the backbone. Have a little courage. Just say it. You don't even need that much courage because you're behind a computer monitor or a mobile device. All you gotta say is for sure my nigger with a GGER on it. Say it. I doesn't bother me. I know who I am. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. That's how what the late great Paul Mooney used to say. Oh, I didn't even know that. I thought you could say it. I didn't even realize that. What happens? Does it just shoot back, or do they like warn you? Like you can't put that in here in the chat, or what happens? No, it doesn't matter if you're a white boy. You could be a nigger all you like. There's white niggers, brown niggers, red niggers, yellow niggers, black niggers. There's all kinds of niggers. You'll never see it. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so if BS is in here, I almost said your name. I call you BS. I'll show up for me, but not for you. Okay, that's fine. But there's 2 people in here. There's one person beside you, and there's 2 people that are in here, and 2 likes. So whoever the other person is, show yourself. Let me know who you are. Possibly give gifts. Give offering. Give give donations. That's what I'm looking for. Trying to get donations. I had $16 in my absence from the show. So I'm trying to get my weight up. You can be in the $100 club. Remember I got 3 likes. 2 people watching, 3 likes. You can be in the $100 club for 100. Drake just about ratted himself out. Okay, Richard Prano. Richard, salute. Where's my donation? I'm saying something to Richard Prano. Where's my donation from you? Salute to him. I know that's not Rick James. BS. I know. But yeah, I don't think Drake had anything to do with it unless he had some subversive kind of way of promoting his music. I don't see that as happening. I mean, he's probably going to have a collaboration with Taylor Swift one day. That would break everything. If there was a Drake and Taylor Swift collaboration, that would be amazing. That would just be, it had to be off the charts. It would just be completely shut the show down, shut everything down. Joey, salute. Well, everything to you is fire, Joey. Everything to you is fire. What isn't fire to you, Drake? What is water fire? But thanks, Joey. 5 people in here now. Five. Count it. 5. 5 people in here. We need to get the water is not fire. Okay, good to go. But you know what is fire? Donations. Dot focus in the building. Yeah. 5 people in here, 4 likes. I'm not mad. 10 minutes going. Let's go. Stand and salute the man. Dot focus. A fellow military combatant. He's been in combat. A fellow military member. He's a brother. He's actually a brother. Anybody that's in the military, you're my brother or sister. If you're not in the military, unless you're kin to me, you're just a friend to me. You're not my brother. You're not my sister. But people in the military, they are. I can call them my brother and sister. Well, then do that. I don't know why you say it, BS, but that's fine too. Do what you got to do. I'm looking for dollar signs. I'm looking for money. I'm looking for cash apps. I'm looking for Venmo. I'm looking for PayPal. So you can go to all of that. All that can be had. If you can join my 100 club by contributing $100 or more in a month. It's just the beginning of the month. We're just 6 days in. What do we got? 23 days left, something like that. Yeah, so the PayPal is paypal.me/Skylar Saunders. Venmo is at SKYLERIZED, Skylarized. And Cash App is $Skylar Saunders 1. What's goody? Dafo, it's been a minute. I know it's been a minute. Thank you. Wow. Joe, okay, Joey, now you're the truth. You're the truth now. I see what you did there. I see what you did. But your latest clip on TikTok got 50,000 plays. That's all right. Hey, you're a boss. I'm not surprised. You make boss moves. You do boss plays. I'm not surprised at all, Dot Focus. And I have to thank. I meant to say, it was $160. Yeah, it is. It is. That's not insane. That's not insane for you. I've seen your gameplay. I've seen your different your swag. I've seen how you get down. Joey says my disability check came finally, so I had to send you a cash app, $17 for the fire content. Thank you very much. What's 160 minus 17? 160 minus 10 is 150 minus 7 is 153. So 150. So $17 raised. 153. No, 143. Excuse me. $143 to go. Let's get it. So you're official. Yeah, 143. That's it. Good correction. Yeah, 143 to go. Yeah. $70, $143 to go. Let's get it. Come on. Let's get this money. Let's get this money. Shmoney. Let's get it. I don't have my phone again. Keep on missing my phone. It's all right. I got my watch. But yeah, hey, Dot Focus is in the building. Joey's in the building. BS was in the building. Let me see. Who else is it? Who just somebody he's Richard Prano was in the building. I don't know if he's still in here. There's 2 people watching right now. I have 4 likes. I'm not mad. I'm moving, I'm popping, I'm shaking. I'm not giving any free dances away. But we gotta talk about it. Drake and the Willy Bobo. He let it out. Allegedly. This is alleged. This is not, this is not an exclusive. This is not exclusive footage. This is all alleged. This could be a completely different. This could be an actor, that has, features like Drake or something like that. Some kind of, different way, body type, that filmed it. But this could all just be a hoax. Drizzy allegedly talked about it, but it hasn't been clear. I'll go back to the article. They said, and quote, and the skin color matched up with the skin color that I think would Drake's D would actually be. And I'm not going to lie. I'm sure you're wondering right now, Adam, was it big? Was it small? The man's got a missile on him, like a baby arm, if you will. Well, if he's got a baby arm, I got a baby. Let's just keep it on that. Let's keep it a buck. I've never had a complaint. In fact, I had, you know, the young female, adult woman. She said, you were in so deep. I'm just, hey, that's just facts. That's what she said. She didn't have a smirk on her face or anything. She said it like it was a serious because her eyeliner or makeup was running. I was like, your eyeliner's running, baby. What's going on? After we were finished, she was just like, you were in so deep. I don't. Hey, like I said, that's what it is. Doc Focus said, "Hey, yo, what did I miss? What the WTF are we talking about? Hold the F up, LMAO. Laugh my A off. Laugh my ass off." Yeah, so we're talking about Drake's Willy Bobo allegedly being exposed in a video circulating on social media sites, especially the site formerly known as Twitter X. It was early in the day when it was posted by a member that was undisclosed, and that account was suspended. And they tried to put out the fires. It's the internet. It's the internet. So the fire's already started. So it comes down to the fact that you know we have to look at the facts. We have to look at the facts. We have to look at if Drizzy actually participated in such action. If this is actually a footage of him, massaging himself or pleasuring himself. Um, that's all conjecture right now. It's not been formally discussed, hasn't been formally uh, adjudicated. Hasn't been said by any legal formations or anything like that. Um, so it all rests on the idea of him not, saying anything yet. And he's been pretty much on the quiet. He hasn't been saying a whole lot in regard to whatever happened earlier this morning. But it doesn't matter. This looks like a Marlin to me. This looks like a big story. It was the biggest story I've seen. I go on Hip Hop DX. I go on All Hip Hop. I go on Hot New Hip Hop, and I'm like, whoa, 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 what's going on? Drake's Willy Bobo. Drake's Willy Bobo. They're not saying this. I'm saying that. Um, and so may not have been in all hip hop. Maybe I know definitely Hip Hop DX. I want to say Hot New Hip Hop, but I could be wrong there too. They're not saying a whole lot about Drake and his member and the activity that went on. But yeah, so I think that was probably the best, news to come out. And but I'm trying to clear it up for Dot Focus. I'm trying to give him enough information. He's wondering what's going on. Willy Bobo of Drake on the internet. That's basically what you need to know, just to put it in simple terms. Um, um, Alleged, by the way, not determined, not completely concrete evidence. This is all conjecture. ADAM22 spinning the wheels, turning the dial. Again, he has some kind of, I don't know if it's a fetish, allegedly. I don't know if it's some kind of a kinship with sexual conduct or misconduct or wherever the concept may be, but he seems to be, surrounded by it. He can't, break away from it. He's like enmeshed in it without, fully being, like a producer or a director of uh, pornography or anything like that on the internet. I don't think so. I don't think he yet has owned any companies or anything, but he's participated in various different uh, activities online with various people, with at least one person, at least his wife. Um, but I mean, the article goes on to even say about Sexy Red. It says when there's a leaked um video, and she admits to it. She admits to it. She says, I was tired. I was, I was pregnant. She said, it was the wackest video, bruh. This is her quote. She said, I was tired, fat, pregnant. I didn't even feel like doing shit on there, bruh. Quote. And then that's the one that effing get leaked. I was mad. I was in the moment. And then I see the phone down. I set the phone down, but I ain't the one that did it. So this all comes down to, at least she, owned up to it. We don't know if, Drake is owning up to it. We're not sure yet. It's not been declared. It's all alleged. It's all in the air. It's not been, true. It's not been reality yet. It's all, conjecture. So whatever happens from here until eternity, Drake is gonna have to, watch himself for. I've been playing, I've been joking, but seriously, for the kids, oh, the kids love Drake. They do like Drake. He's has that fan base, that's like under 18 years old that he still has to cater to in a sense. But how can he cater to them when he has different, alleged videos like this? And if he just has a story, just has a claim about it, how can that be? How can that even surface? How can that be a true thing? How can that be facts? I want to know. I would like to know, how does he continue to go on with that idea? How does he continue to go on with the knowledge of an alleged sex tape circulating the internet, with him being the featured member, quote unquote, in the video? So that's what I'm saying right now. That's the story right now. If you type in Drake anywhere, you're gonna get that story. Google Drake and see what happens. Drake leaked video. Grape City. Drake criticized. Oh, that's talking about the Grammys. Let me see. He appears to respond after trending over leaked X-rated video. He appears to respond. Rick Ross is saying, you're blessed with your voice. You're blessed with your performing. You're blessed to be you. You're blessed to be the number one, and you're also blessed to have an effing missile. Quote unquote. That's from Rick Ross. Excuse me, that's not. Maybe that's not Rick Ross. That's Aiden Ross. Excuse me. I said Rick Ross. Excuse me. That was my mistake. That was my error. It's not Rick Ross. It's Aiden Ross. He's one of the social engineers on YouTube. He's a kick streamer, popular kick streamer. Aiden Ross. He sat down with Rick Ross, but this is Aiden Ross. All Drake's representatives have declined. They're like, no, we're not going to talk about it. It didn't even happen. Laughing out loud. Dot Focus says, huge difference. Laughed my ass off. I was like, damn, Ross laugh my effing ass off. No, Aiden Ross. I don't know if he's gay. I don't want to say if Aiden Ross is gay or not. I don't want to put that out there. He may or may not be, and it's okay if he is. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so it's just more, it's more gasoline for the engine. It's more, for the vehicle, for the car, for the internal combustion engine, the ICE. That's what it all is. It's just keep the wheels spinning. Keep it on the road. All of this is. And there's gonna be another story that's gonna be, way bigger than this. It's gonna come out tomorrow. And this whole story is gonna be like, that was yesterday. That was a few hours ago. That was a minute ago. That was 30 seconds ago. That's how fast the internet moves. We have to, realize that. We have to continue to realize how, the internet functions, how it works. That Focus says, I don't think Aiden Ross is gay, but he always jokes like that. I was laughing because I thought it was Rick Ross at first. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was Rick Ross too. I saw Ross. I was like, what? Ross? Oh no, Aiden Ross. Okay, got you. So that was my mistake. That was my error. It's Aiden Ross. And they had an interview together too. That's where Rick Ross broke his chair. He's trying to cut back. He actually was bigger. He was bigger than he was. He was like in his I think 300s. I think like Killer Mike, But I think he's like in his 230s and 280s or something like 280 something like that. But yeah. But anyway, the Willy Bobo. That's the story. That's the whole story tonight. Drake's Willy Bobo, alleged, apparent, apparently, supposedly, not quite solidified, not quite true. Yeah, Dot Focus says free Killer Mike. I thought he was gonna say free Killer Whale. But it's just a funny story. Weird. It's nothing about the music. That's one of the things that always is a problem with these stories. It's nothing to do with the music. It's nothing to do with it until there's a major failure of an album. That's the only time when the people go to the internet. People sometimes go to the internet when that album bangs. That's a banger. Now it slaps. That's a slap right there. That album slaps. Okay, that playlist slaps, or whatever the case may be. And maybe people don't say album anymore, but they say that playlist, or that stream set slaps. That's when they talk about the music, or when it's horrible. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it's trash. It's garbage. It's not fire. That set list is fire. That playlist is fire. On the other hand, oh, it's trash. It's garbage. It's nothing. It's going to go triple uranium. It's going to go triple titanium. That's what it's going to be like. It's going to have a situation just like that. But I really am, it's not. I don't think he should be embarrassed, especially not in this day and age. Like with Sexy Red, she was admitting to it. She's like, I was fat and tired and pregnant. That's the best young you could get. Like you couldn't get me when I was in beast mode and really riding and doing her thing and grooving and looking pretty and looking living up to her name. That's what happens. You get caught in your worst situation. You get caught in your worst situation, and that's what does you in for the most part. It really hampers your ability to perform as a rapper, a singer, an actor, a writer, director, a manager, producer, whatever the case may be in this your title, whatever hat you choose in this business. There's always going to be some kind of sex tape, some leak, something coming up, and it could be true, it could be not true. Whether it's true or not, always know that it's not going to be a problem if you don't let it be one. Just facts from your boy. Now, get into the second half of the show. I just have to talk about me. Can I talk about me for a little while? Can I talk about myself? I just finished 2 screenplays and a play. I'm about to have the screenplays registered. Okay? You're about to see me with lights, my name in lights. You're about to see Skylar Saunders. You're going to see. Skylar Saunders won't be just seeing, you'll be seeing Skylar Saunders in lights. Okay? I'm about to register my screenplays and my play. I'm about to get that done. I just finished them, within about 3 weeks' time, maybe over a little bit over a month. But salute to you, Dot Focus. I appreciate you. Yes, appreciate you. That's praise, right? That's praise, high praise. Salute, bow down. Whatever that emoji means. I salute you, Dot Focus. But yeah, I'm just talking about myself now. I've been writing. I'll give you just brief details, not a full sketch, because I don't want y'all taking my ideas. One is set in the modern day. It's kind of like I got a little bit of my ideas from Leave the World Behind, but I didn't copy it, of course. I just had it. I was like, wait a minute. What if it was the flip around? What if it was the opposite? What was the? We could save the world. What if we could, don't leave the world behind, embrace the world and create it for the better, for the best. Dot Focus says, I have a hell of an imagination. If you ever need a wild perspective on something, okay, I'll do it. I just got inspired by, a few things. I got inspired by the Federal Reserve, if you can believe it or not. If you don't know what the Federal Reserve is essentially the central bank of the United States of America. And they have other satellite banks around the country in different cities that monitor the different policies that that monetary exchange is involved with. It's real deep, real kind of bland, kind of boring. But my play is not boring. It's actually got comedy. It's got great comebacks. It's got everything. It's great because I'm not good with comebacks in real life, but I'm good on the page. For writing purposes, okay, exactly. I work right next to the one in Philly. What is the one? What are you talking about? What do you work next to? Dot Focus. Which one do you work next to? If I may ask, sir. You don't have to tell me, but I just am curious. Oh, Federal Reserve. Yep. There's the Federal Reserve in Philly. There's one in I can't think. I think there's one in Illinois. I think there's one in they're just all over the country. They monitor. They're supposed to be for the public good. Whatever the hell public good is. Whenever you hear a politician say something about public good, run for your life because they're not saying anything for public good. They're saying for themselves, and they're being very unselfish. When you're thinking for yourself, you're supposed to be selfish. They think for themselves, and it's unselfish. It's brutality. It's force. That's what they're thinking of. It's the robber. It's the thief thinking for himself, not really thinking, but considering himself on the range of the moment rather than long term. And even short term, it should be short term and long term. But yeah. So I'm really I'm really excited about it. I want it to be out there. I want it to be produced and be like a full-fledged, full-bodied, full skin, blood and bone play. And my screenplays, I have another screenplay. It's set in the 19th century. It's probably somebody that you never heard of. I'm not going to give him his name right now, but he's probably responsible for more ideas about modern warfare than any other general in recent history. He has been, you can look it up now because you'll probably figure it out. But if I give a few more details, he's credited with being one of the first people to say war is hell. He's one of the first men to ever say that on record, like as recognized as saying war is hell. So it's a very direct way of looking at it. I'm trying to give him his credit, his due. I'm giving credit and due to men of color, women of color, who struggled during slavery, who were freed. I'm messing around with different tropes. I have the white savior. I have the mammy. I have the buck. I have in the play. I have the magical Negro. I'm playing with all the tropes. All the tropes are getting played with. So I have 0 people watching me right now. Dot Focus is not even watching me. It was up to I think 5 or 6 people. Okay, one person. Okay, he is still watching. I have to go by the algorithm. I always forget that the algorithm probably still has. I'm sure Dot Focus is still here, but see, it just keeps going up and down. The like button is at 6. I'm not mad, but yeah. So I'm gonna be registering my screenplay probably tomorrow morning. Um, yeah, I'm excited because in this life you have to do it. I learned that just this past week, these past few days. Like when I was saying with a friend and family, this is probably the last time I mentioned him for a while. But he's just on my mind. He was just that great of a guy. But he died. He succumbed. He's not here anymore. So it's like, do what you got to do. People die every day, b. You know, and you have to realize that I'm looking at people every day. I'm like, oh, Greg S is in the building. You should have been here. That's all right, Dot Focus. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for your concern. I really do appreciate that coming from you, sir. Thank you, and not coming from Greg S either, who doesn't have a wrench, who doesn't have who doesn't have the ability to promote his business on here if he wants. He can't. But seriously, I appreciate that, Dot Focus. Seriously, I do. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, he was just an all around great guy. He deserves to live, but he didn't get the chance. That's all I can say. And you have to take every moment precious and look at people. And I look at people. I'm weird. I'm a goofball. Oh snap! Rick James is in the building. Rick James. He says, "Do my eyes deceive me? Is this the Skylar Saunder seeing what's current?" Exactly. Sorry, who passed away? A friend of the family. His name was Mike. He had an unfortunate last name. I'm not going to pronounce it right, but it's like Shiteki, something like that. But he went by Mike Syke. He was a good guy. He was a good guy. No, it's not. You're trying to be cute, Greg. I see. See, I like your humor already. I like your humor. No, he went by Mike Syke. He was a good guy. He was a banker. Um, yeah, we're having a party in here. 3 people watching that I can see. 6 likes. We're doing it, Rick James. I appreciate it. We got Rick James, Greg S, and Dot Focus that I know of. There could be more people. There could be less people. I don't know. That's how the algorithm goes. Dot Focus says, "Yo, who's that dude that was in here and he said he was famous a couple weeks ago? I heard he died. I'm trying to remember who that was. That my memory is terrible, so it has to be like the last few hours ago. I don't remember what his name was, but I think I know who you're talking about. Dot Focus. I think I do know who you're talking about. Yeah, it might have been. It might have been. I don't know. It could have been Abdul Mateen. I don't know. He comes in sometimes and says stuff. But yeah, I could be mistaken as well. But I'm just really excited about these screenplays that I knocked out, and I'm currently doing research for another screenplay about the papacy, popes, the Catholic Church. Y'all might not see me no more. They're like, "Where the scholar? What scholar? What happened to Scholar Saunders?" I mean, he was off that one week when he had a loss in the family, but I think he's gone for good now. I'm talking about the Catholic Church. This is the goofiest. This is the weirdest thing. I don't understand it. Very few have gone to jail for child molestation. Very few. If you ever read the book that was based on the movie Spotlight. I can't remember the name of the book, but the name of the movie is Spotlight with Michael Keaton and other actors. Um, they were uncovering the Boston Globe the sexual molestations of the children in the Boston area and the surrounding areas. Um, yeah, so very few people go to jail. You know what they do? They switch them around. They go, okay, he was in the parish in Boston. Okay, he's gonna go to the parish in Seattle. He was in the parish in New Orleans. Oh, he's going to the parish in uh Milwaukee. That's how they do in the Catholic Church. They switch them around. They don't hit the situation hasn't been hit head on that I know of. And maybe a few journalists have asked, the Pope, like, excuse me, what do you think about the brutality that's been happening against these young boys? What is going on in this world? What is happening with this? Like, why aren't you addressing this? Why is you making this the main focus? They're worried about movies like The Exorcist and Dogma, and they're worried about different productions and stuff like that instead of actual crimes, actual disgusting nature of the Catholic Church. That's what needs to be addressed. So that's part of that's I'm just giving you a little insight of what I'm working on. This is going back a few hundred years, but they had some kind of fascination with young boys. I don't know what it is. It's like the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. It's like I understand it though, because obviously they can't get married. So they say, oh well, I can't get a woman. Well, this little boy around here, he's young and impressionable. He looks at me like an authority figure, like somebody that he has to look up to and he has to respect it. And anything I say, he's going to go after and be attached to it. Well, pause, Richard James, pause. I don't know where you're going now. I don't know where you're going, but yeah, he was going back, and he was saying how no, what I'm saying is how most journalists don't press the papacy, if you pronounce that right. They don't address the whole picture of going back centuries, long time ago. So that's what I meant to say. They can't have a woman, they can't get a wife, they can't get married, but they can get this impressionable little boy and have him be confused and battered and cheated on and wanted to be an addict maybe one day, or alcoholic one day, or something like that, or commit suicide, or kill somebody else because he's hurt because he was molested as a child. I mean, that's just the lowest and most disgusting form of any kind of show of power that still hasn't fully been addressed. That's why I like, the movie Spotlight was the best picture. At least is bringing attention and awareness to this. And I read the book, and it's not pretty. They actually talk about sexual relations that led to bleeding and stuff like that. It's just very graphic, very disgusting and disturbing. Yeah, but it's definitely it's I would say it's required reading. You should be able, if you're able to stomach it, if you're able to get through it, I would recommend it because it's important. It's because it's something that should be read. It should be something that should be shared. So that's just one thing that I'm working on. That's the one thing I got, the irons on the stove, many pots on the irons, or however that metaphor goes. Rick James says my son had to read it in high school. Wow, that's amazing. I wouldn't expect that to be on a high school list. I would expect that to be in college reading. But yeah, so this goes back centuries. This isn't a new phenomenon at all. Not at all. This is going back to at least the 1500s and before, earlier. And this is a time period where there was no internet, or there was no outlets, to people to tell the story, or people to care. This is a different time and place, but we still need to have the conversation because there's still people that are harming these young boys. That is disgusting. That is disturbing, and it needs to stop. Okay, so I'll give you that's just one thing that I'm working on. I talked about, the 19th century, and the 19th century one is it's an adventure. It's a war movie. It's an adventure movie. It's a race film, if you want to call it that. It's like the reverse of the original Birth of a Nation from the early 20th century. It deals with one main figure of from the Union Army that is still reviled by Southerners today. His name, they quake in their boots, they bristle at the sound of his name. You may figure it out, but Southerners do not like this character. They may ban it if it's in the movie theaters. I don't know if I'm going straight to streaming video, or I don't know what I'm doing yet. But if it's in movie theaters, it may not be shown too many times in the South, especially not in Atlanta. Am I giving away too much? Am I giving away too much? Some of you know your history. If you know your history, you know who I'm talking about. So, the Colonel from KSC. No, it's not the Colonel from KSC. And you spelled Colonel wrong. Greg asked, I'm surprised. That's usually Rick James that spells something wrong. It's Collonel. Colonel. Not Colonel. That's almost like a corn kernel, I think. Let me see. I don't even think that's a corn kernel. He said, damn, you right. Oh man. You're the best, Greg ass, I swear. Don't let anybody tell you different. Colonel was a Commodore operating system. The way you spelled it. Oh, but that's funny. But no, yeah, I got projects. You're about to see me blow up. I'm about to do this. I'm putting Delaware on the map. I'm putting, Aubrey Plaza and Ryan Phillippe and Sean Patrick Thomas. Eat your heart out. Eat your hearts out. I'm doing my damn thing. I'm about to do Hollywood, something crazy. I'm doing it. You still didn't spell Colonel right. I guess you're doing that right, Rick James. I've got a kernel stuck in my teeth. And your toothers. And your teethers. Yes, Colonel. That's right, Greg S. Finally, you got it right. Good job. Yeah, so I'm doing it. I'm gonna be in there, somebody that's gonna be a celebrity, celebrity, a figure, a mover and a shaker. Because I'm trying to go Tyler Perry for Delaware. He did, Tyler Perry did Georgia, and I think who did is it Master P? Somebody did Snoop. Somebody did. Oh, um Ice Cube. Who was it? Somebody wanted to have Ice Cube. Or it's in Louisiana. It's in Louisiana. I'm trying to find it because it's something with the big three. Some rapper. 50 Cent. 50. 50 does Louisiana. Tyler Perry did Georgia. And I want to do Delaware. I want to have my own studio. I want to lay out everything. I want to have everything set up and have people working. I want to have all of that, figured out and not have to worry about anything except taxes. I might have to start paying taxes, I'm gonna get my accountants and my lawyers together when I get to that, get to the day where I have to start paying taxes again. Other than Medicare. Medicare is the only tax I pay. I pay no income tax, no payroll tax, no Social Security. I get Social Security. So Medicare is the only tax I know. That's just being factual. That's just telling the truth. That's just being real. That's just letting you know what's the truth. Um, Sukihana. Who is Suki? I don't know who Sukihana. I know that name. For some reason, I know that name, Sukihana. Sukihana. She's not from Delaware, no. Oh, she is. She is from Delaware. Sukihana. She was born in Wilmington, Delaware. Oh my God! I didn't. I see. That's why I don't. Watch Love and Hip Hop Miami. She got some crazy songs. Damn. She was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. Thank you for see, that's why I learned. People learn from me, I learn from you. That's the trade-off in this show. You get everything. I get everything. I get money. I get information. I didn't know what Sukihana was like. The Christiana Mall. Does anybody know about the Christiana Mall? This is crazy. I did not know Sukihana was from Delaware. She was born November 15th, 1991. Well, I'm gonna put her on the map of playwrights and screenwriters and directors. I'm gonna direct it. I'm gonna write and direct my own movies. I'm gonna stage plays. Thank you, Rick James. I appreciate that. Sukihana definitely represent for Delaware, but I don't watch Love and Hip Hop Miami. But I'm glad she's more than just a figure. I don't know if she can rap, but I think it's interesting that she's coming from Delaware. I'm gonna have to ask my family members about her. That's very interesting. Wow, I'm blown away. She's the best female to ever do it. That's Rick James. Let's not talk. Let's not get crazy now. Let's not. She's not the greatest female to ever do what to have a name Sukihana. Oh, she's the greatest. Yeah, she's the greatest Sukihana to have the name Sukihana. I agree with that. I agree with that much. But I'm talking about theatrical, artists of actors, writers, directors, producers, not rappers. But I respect rappers, but I'm not saying them. She's happens to be a rapper, but I did not know about her. I'm appreciative of the fact that you even brought her up, because I would have never known that she was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware, and that's Kilmington, Delaware, by the way. This was in 2014, 10 years, a decade ago. This was known as Murder Capital USA. It's been able to acquire a different flavor in the past few years. It hasn't been rampant shootings too much. There's a shooting here a few weeks. There's another shooting in another few weeks. It's not as rampant as it once was, but it's still one of the more dangerous corridors in the northeastern seaboard. Um, so there's always respectable and safe places around Delaware and Wilmington especially. The financial district is ridiculous. There's the bank. There's Bank of America. There's WSFS. There was the Delaware Trust. I don't think there's Delaware Trust anymore, but there's Barclays. There's all kinds of banks. There's just all these banks and credit card companies that create wealth and create possibilities for the surrounding area. There's just places like South Bridge. There's places like the West Side, East Side, um, that are kind of run down, but the north part of Wilmington is actually thriving. Is actually bustling. There's businesses, black owned businesses that have people. It doesn't matter if you're black owned, but I'm just saying there's just as an example. Um, they have all kinds of different amenities and different accommodations that are available. So I just am remarking on my great state of Delaware and a wonderful city, Wilmington. It had a bad rap, but for the most part now it's not as bad. That maybe you can put that on a postcard. Wilmington, it's not as bad. Like it's not as bad as fill in the blank. Chicago, New Orleans, Miami, South Central LA. I mean, it's not as bad. I think I just came up with a new slogan for Wilmington. It's not as bad. Um, but I just think that's a very important part of our history. Sukihana is a very important part of our history. No, not Sukihana. I respect her. I respect the fact that she has a rap career. She has a Wikipedia entry. I don't think it has. There's a photo. She doesn't have a She doesn't have a photo. Um, but she's a personality, and she is an actress, so I have to give her credit for that. She's acted in some shows somewhere. So she has 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, who reside with Sukihana's mother Cynthia in Atlanta. So then she wasn't messing around, I guess with her mom. Her mom was like, "I'm going to ATL." She wasn't messing around. So she's relatively new. This is new stuff. She's 32 years old. She's old. I have to give her that. She's old. She spent her formative years in creative art school and was based in Atlanta, Georgia, before moving to Miami, Florida. But she was born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. That's amazing. And gets her name from the Christiana Mall restaurant, saying that she joked that she tasted like Sukihana. That's something special to even know that. But yeah, so no, I was not in preschool with her. No, no. I was probably, a few grades ahead of her. If she had gone to Newark, then maybe Newark High School. Newark High School's in Newark, Delaware. That would have probably been the case. But no, we weren't in preschool together. Greg, a sad state of affairs. What's the sad state of affairs? Everyone knows the taste of Sukihana. Is Sukihana a national chain? I think it's a national chain. I don't think it's just relegated to one. I don't think it's relegated to just one place in Delaware. Maybe it is. I'm looking it up right now. I'm not seeing any other locations. It's in Sukihana. The only restaurant in the world that Sukihana is in Newark, Delaware, Christina Mall. Sukihana. That's amazing. That is amazing. I did not know that. See, that's why I love this show. I love my show. I get paid. I learn things. Change the name of the show to Skylar Saunders Learns. No, that's I might have to change it. I might have to change the name. No, I'm never going to change the name, but yeah, so player made good getting paid. Yeah, player made getting paid. Okay. I made money tonight from Joey Joseph. I thought he was just almost like reverse trolling. He's like, this content is fire. Oh, this is fire. You're fire. Everything was fire. Everything. I'm like, is everything fire? Is water fire? But he actually came through with $17, and I'm not mad at him. I thank him for that. Hit my Cash App. Boop. Coming in on Friday. I'm not mad at all. So I appreciate everybody. Rick James, Dot Focus. Who else? BS. Rick James and I know who BS is. We don't have to say his full name. Joey, of course. Thank you, Joey, for your money. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. So, and of course, thank you, Greg Ash, for the humor. I needed that bit of humor today. So that will be the show for today. I appreciate everybody that came in, everybody that stopped by, everybody that dropped a line of money. And my everything is open. The Venmo is open. The Cash App is open. The PayPal is open 24/7. You can hit me up at any time, any place, anywhere, and I'll be glad. So thank you. I may have a 4 o'clock show tomorrow, but I'm not holding on to it. I do the time on my time, okay? I'm not on your time, Rick James, especially. I'm on my time. So thank you very much to everybody that came through, and I will see you sometime tomorrow. Take care.